Start. Hello, viewers. This is Dr. Sumon Mullik from Department of Orthopedics. Today's my topic is proximal femoral fractures. At first, come for anatomy of proximal femurs. The fascial closures ages at 16. Neck shaft angle is 130 plus minus 7 degree, and anteversion is 10 degree, and minimal periosteum about the femoral neck. And this is the main causes for non-union at the fracture site of neck femur fractures. And other important factors is calcar femorale. Calcar femorale is a dense vertical plate of bone extending from posterior medial portion of the femoral shaft and radiating lateral to the greater trochanter and thicker medially. And this calcar femorale plays a crucial role in maintaining the fracture reduction and fracture stability and post-operative follow-up also. Here is the blood supply of proximal femur. All of you know the main blood supply from medial circumflex femoral artery and retinaculum arteries and artery to the ligamentum teres. These three arteries supply from these three arteries depends on age of the patients, and for maintaining the stability of the fracture and post reduction of the fracture, this trabecular pattern plays a crucial role. You know all two types of trabecular pattern are here: the principal compressive group and secondary compressive group, and principal tensile group are there also, and secondary tensile group also there. And there is a vacant area, what is known as Watts triangle here. And now come to the classification for femoral head fractures, femoral neck fractures, and intertrochlear fractures and subtrochlear fractures. These femoral head fractures, almost all along with hip dislocations, and 10% of posterior dislocations may persist with femoral head fractures, and impaction fractures along with anterior hip dislocations. Another classification is there, Pipkin's classification, although it is not so important for your courses also, but for information, you can write it. And type 1 is posterior dislocation with femoral head fractures, caudate to the fovea, and type 2 posterior dislocation with femoral head fractures, cephalad to fovea, and femoral head fractures with associated with femoral neck fractures. And type 4 is type 1, 2, and 3 with acetabular fracture is here. These are type 1, type 2, type 3, and 4. And treatment is Pipkin type 1 in closed reduction in internal fixation, Pipkin type 2 ORIF, that means open reduction in internal fixation, and type 3 in younger cases of emergency open reduction in internal fixation, and older age in prosthetic replacement. In type 4 treated in tandem with associated acetabular fractures. And main topics is femoral neck fractures. It is very much important for your exam, and in 80% in women, men and women ratio 2.5:1. Incidence doubles every 5 to 6 years in women age more than 30 years, and the risk factors are in females, white race, and increasing age, and tobacco and alcohol abuse, and previous fractures, and low estrogen level. That means postmenopausal osteoporosis. And well-known classification for fracture neck femur that very much important for exam, and type 1, type 2, type 3, and type 4. That is known as Gardner's classification. This classification on dependent on the degree of displacement and degree of angulation of the fractures. Type 1 is impacted or incomplete fracture is here. And type 2, complete and non-displaced. And type 3 is complete and partial displacement. Type 4 is complete and full displacement. But this displacement and this completeness depends upon the sentence line. This line is a continuous curved line formed by the lower border of neck and lower border of the superior stiopubic ramus. This sentence line will be disrupted in fracture neck of femur. And it is anatomical classification just for academic purpose. It is subcapeptic and transcervical through the neck and basicervical near to trochanter, and there is a line, intertrochanteric line. It is intertrochanteric fracture. Other classification is Powell's classifications. It is depends on degree of angulation, stable, less stable, unstable, depends on the degree, less than 30 degree and near to 50 degree and more than 70 degree. Others classification is now usually used in clinical practice, AO classification. It will be very much complicated for you in these days. Now come to the mechanism of injury. Low energy trauma for older patients, usually direct fall on the greater trochanter and indirect by muscle forces. And high energy trauma in young cases and cyclical loading and sports injury. And diagnosis is accurate to be taken, and pain in the groin or referred pain along the medial side of the knee may be able to work with a limb. Displaced fracture are non-ambulatory with shortening and external rotation of the lower limb. But in case of impacted fracture, that means type 1 fracture or stress fracture, lack of deformity is there and may bear weight. Tenderness on palpation of anterior hip joint line and deep tenderness over the greater trochanter. And on X-ray, I mentioned earlier the break in sentence line. And in confusing case, we can go for CT scan also. And treatment goals for young patients, and I should spare the head of the femur, and I should avoid the deformity, and I should minimize the vascular injury to avoid AVN. And for old patients, I have to go for early mobilization and early weight bearing and reduce the period of bed rest. And I have to choice for safest of operation, and I have to minimize the surgical morbidity. And treatment of impacted and non-displaced fractures of the neck of femur, that means Gardner type 1 and type 2, usually close reduction and internal fixation by multiple cancellous screw. In case of displaced femoral neck fractures, we can go for close reduction with cancellous leg screw, or in old days, we can go for hemiarthroplasty or total hip replacement. This shows different method of close reduction. The open approach for hip fixation device, and these are the Gardner index, depends on the avicular pattern of the neck I mentioned earlier. And now very much important for complications in fracture neck femur. In 5% of non-displaced fractures, it is complicated with non-union. In 25% is non-displaced fractures in non-union. Other most important complication is osteonecrosis. That means avascular necrosis, and fixation failure may be there, deep vein thrombosis may be there, and dislocation of the replacement cases. Other important topics is intertrochanteric fractures. In 50% of all fractures of proximal femur, it affects women to men ranges from 2:1 to 8:1. Risk factors such as I mentioned as neck femur fractures. Anatomy and biomechanics. It is usually extracapsular. Extracapsular fractures, cancellous bone with huge blood supply, and deforming muscle forces produces shortening, external rotation, and varus at fracture site. And there may be a reverse fracture is also, which is more unstable. And diagnosis: history of high energy injury or rarely simple fall in old age, usually non-ambulatory, shortened and externally rotated lower limb, and tenderness to palpitation on greater trochanter. Ecchymosis is there in proximal femur, and range of movement testing of the hip very painful and to be avoided. And this is the classification of intertrochanteric fracture, and we broadly classify in 2A: stable fracture and unstable fracture. Stable fracture means type 1 and type 2, non-displaced and displaced fracture. Unstable fractures is reverse subtrochanteric fractures, and this is the reverse fracture. Usually fracture line comes downwards from greater to lesser trochanter, but here from lesser to subtrochanteric area. And type 4 is intertrochanteric fracture with subtrochanteric extension. These are unstable fractures. And treatment option for intertrochanteric fracture is prolonged bed rest with skeletal traction near to 8 to 10 weeks or 10 to 12 weeks. But it is indicated only for infirm moribund patients when surgical intervention is impossible. But this non-operative treatment is complicated with decubitus ulcer, urinary tract infection, joint contracture, pneumonia, deep vein thrombosis, and deformity. But treatment of choice is operative treatment in intertrochanteric fractures. We commonly use the sliding hip screw, that means dynamic hip screw. Nowadays, we are also doing the intermedullary devices called proximal femoral nail. And complications of IT fractures is malunion, implant failures, non-union, osteonecrosis of the femoral head, but it is rare. Other topic is subtrochanteric fracture, which comprises the proximal femoral fractures. In 10 to 30% of all fractures, all hip fractures is subtrochanteric fractures. Bimodal distribution of the individual in old age also, young cases also. And anatomy: fracture between the lesser trochanter, and within 5 centimeter distal to the lesser trochanter. Symptoms and signs: swelling on the proximal thigh, shortening will be there, no doubt, rotation, external rotation of the lower limb, and as it is high volume, high velocity trauma, there will be hypovolemic shock. These are classification of subtrochanteric area. Type 1 within 2.5 centimeter, within 2.2 to 5 centimeter. Type 1, type 2, type 3. And other type of classification in subtrochanteric fracture, which is not so important for your exam purpose. And treatment options for subtrochanteric fracture: a non-operative treatment only in elderly individuals and other comorbidities, and some cases in children also, that is skeletal traction, but it is complicated with non-union, delayed union, and malunion, and deformity, rotational deformity with shortening. And treatment choice of treatment is operative treatment in subtrochanteric fractures. That is, the implant of choice is intramedullary nail. That is, first generation or second generation nails are available now. We call it proximal femoral nail. And also we can use also the sliding hip screw also here. And these subtrochanteric fractures may be complicated with non-union, malunion, and implant failure. And now come to the pediatric proximal femoral fracture. It causes from severe high energy trauma, fall from the height, or motor vehicle accident. And if it is from trivial trauma, there may be uh, presence of unicameral bone cyst, osteogenesis imperfecta, just like fibrous dysplasia, myelomeningocele, or osteopenia from polio, and child abuse also. And four types of anatomic classification of the proximal femoral fractures in child, and that is Delbert classification. Type 1 is transepiphyseal, and type 2 is transcervical, and type 3 cervicotrochanteric, and type 4 is paratrochanteric or intertrochanteric. And clinical features in children with proximal femoral fractures: a severe pain, unable to actively move the limb, and if dislocation is present, lower limb inflection, abduction, and internal rotation may be there. And treatment options: type 1 transepiphyseal, anatomic reduction with rigid fixation, and transcervical, close reduction and internal fixation to avoid the loss of retraction and subsequent malunion, delayed union, or non-union, as in pediatric proximal femoral fractures and transcervical or neck of femur may be complicated commonly with delayed union or non-union. Cervicotrochanteric fracture, it should be fixed. We usually go for close reduction and internal fixation. And type 4 paratrochanteric fractures can be treated non-operatively if the child is less than 6 years, but close reduction and internal fixation can be done. And in displaced fracture in any age group, and non-displaced fracture in older child more than 6 years. And conclusion, the goal of proximal femoral fracture management, maintaining the neck shift angle and whole abductor mechanism. And our plan is to achieve union, and posterior medial cortex, lateral cortex, and calcaneal femorally play a crucial role in maintaining the fracture stability and leading to well union in the proximal femoral fractures. And this is about the proximal femoral fractures. Thank you.